cashier at the grocery store said welcome to Gotham. This gloomy Sunday morning, December 3rd, 2023. Hence why I put on my Batman shirt. Thought it would be appropriate. Welcome to this week's Walk and Talk as a recording of this Sunday, December 3rd, 2023, the Gotham City Sunday. Gonna go over what's the best deals right now. Target, Kohl's. Guys really flying over here. Not a wise move in the parking lot at Target. Got a new development, man that's loud, on the MVSX. We just did a video a couple of days ago. Some really exciting news that I want to share with you guys. Also, 2023 has been all about rehashing. We're going to talk about two items that would do excellent rehashing, and I think it's going to happen. We're running to Target and get this video started off. Mr. Fox, if you could pick one arcade you want to see a rehash in 2024, what would it be? An MVSX 2? Actually, it's a good thing you said that. We're going to talk about an MVSX 2 today. But first, we're going to run into Target. Deals just keep happening at Target. You can see the 10% off gift cards. Now that does end today, but yeah, running some other great deals, especially on Arcade1up. And just to note, graphic tees usually priced at $14, down $11.20, $2.80 off through December 9th. And Arcade1ups, look at Yoga Flame here for $349.99. Save $10 on tech toys, sporting equipment, and entertainment. Take $10 off any of these Arcade1ups. Like look at Shack Jam, $521.99. Take another 10 and Golden Axe. And our weekly Countercade watch, Ms. Pac-Man showing up online, $10 off also. Marvel Superheroes Countercade not showing up online, not showing up in this store. Some Ms. Pac-Man. But that could change daily, and I've seen Marvel Superheroes. Might have been Friday, about 2 days ago, prior to this video, so keep your eye online. When I walked in today, there was a ton of stuff in the aisles, the most I've seen. And just going back into electronics, I mean, look at all these boxes. Like, there's constant stuff coming in. So watch for Countercades, and watch for that price to get even lower. And some new multiverse figures showing up. The Green Lantern from the Justice Society of America, and Hawkman. I guess you could consider Hawkman part of the Justice League of Society 2, the JSA. Justice League 2, but you know, you've seen renders of both Hawkman in both leagues. These are cool. I haven't seen these yet. $29.99. Oh, one of my favorite Wolverine covers of all time. It's like only at Target. Man, I just love that. I love that comic. If I could buy that one. I know it's not a, there it is, a better shot of it. Not a cheap comic. It's just like, come on, come here. And Wolverine. And kind of a nostalgia alert here. WrestleMania, see the Hulkster, Mr. T, actually in 1983, both in the same movie, Rocky 3. Hulk Hogan, Thunderlips, opening up the movie with Stallone. And of course, 2 fights with Mr. T, Clubber Lane. Another Target exclusive, $30. And some new G.I. Joes. Just seeing these new classifieds showing up. Target always restocking these ones. $24.99. Actually, this one's $44.99. But if you're looking for any new G.I. Joes, stop by Target. Good selection on the toys today. Got a great follow-up for MVSX. Just talking the possibilities. Let's say Arcade1up jumped in, give us online play. Not so fast. This might not be all we're going to see from MVSX in the near future. I just want to share a comment from MVSX on our last video, speculating the chances of, you know, Arcade1up's 2024 league list. Big Red being on there. Will we see that in the future? Well, Unico hasn't lost the SNK license yet. The Nova Blast is basically a real arcade, which we knew. Bring your own PCB. Similar to those monitors, we can go up to the 26-inch. You know, you swap out your actual arcade. So what this is telling me is they still have the license. Could we see more in the future? Could we actually see, dare I say, an MVSX 2? We'll run inside the arcade, talk a little bit more about the possibility of getting another MVSX in the future, along with some rehashes that I feel extremely confident about, and I think they do really good. And of course, a big shout out to Mr. Sulu.
Kid today?
Hey, I always feel like a kid.
Well, you know Mara, the owner, one of the owners. That's my daughter.
All right, we got our wristband, and actually I got the kids' price. Big shout out to the Arcade, giving me a great deal today. You don't have to pay full price, wristbands required. Now let's talk MVSX. Dare I say, the possibility of the MVSX 2. GEO, Big Red, MVSX, SNK. A lot of us have the MVSX at home. A lot of us have the Hilo hack. We talked a lot about this, the 2024 Arcade1up League list. It's very exciting, it's very appealing on the possibilities of what we could get next year. And you know, knowing that not everything we'll get, right? But could we see something going back now? Let's go back in time from MVSX. Is it possible, guys? You know, when they sit on cabinets, similar to sitting on X-Men, sitting on Golden Axe, sitting on Tron, they're kind of holding those titles. And I always felt the same way with MVSX. Like, they give us $30 sales, but right now, I mean, it would basically cost you $629 to get the bar top, to get the stand, and to get the riser. I think I paid $579 for mine, so it's kind of went up in the last year. So when that happens, you just think, hey, it's like Golden Axe, they're going to hold on to this. I don't know about that anymore. Now, the fact that they still have SNK, because, I mean, we're just looking at the games on here. Are all these on your 50 games that come with the original MVSX? They're not. And I know we got the Hilo hack, but will we see? I mean, the library's huge. Will we see more in the future? And actually, the Arcade has two MVSXs here. Actually, this one right across from the one we just talked about. And there's different game lineups. And that's the thing is, you know, going back, the 50 games that they gave us on our MVSX, they still have the license at Unico. They could give us more. And the fact of your arcade, this arcade has more MVSXs here. There's nothing wrong with your arcade having two of them here either. Because we're recreating an arcade. And, you know, I don't want to get into the online portion right now because that's not really Unico's thing. But the comparison with Arcade1up would be good. They do have the online. But to get more games, to get another form factor in your arcade, Unico, this could really work out by giving us a second MVSX with completely different games. Actually, this right here is identical to the MVSX we can get from Unico right now. I mean, to a T. Marquee being very similar. The control layout, except we have more buttons obviously because they thought ahead. They gave us an option. They knew there was going to be a hack. They knew we could add games. But the stand, I mean, this is identical to what we can get right now. And going back, think about it. This could be, if they did one, if they did another cabinet, this is exactly how it could look. And it could be very similar to a Big Blue. And just imagining putting it next to your Big Blue, this would be a great look. Or dare I say, an Alien versus Predator, because we know, you know, we saw the renders, like, if we got that, if retailers bought on it, bite on it, we could actually see an Alien versus Predator Big Blue style from Capcom. Imagine pairing all three of these up in your room. Speakers up top, a completely different marquee, and different games. Maybe even another hack, right? But looking at this cabinet, just how it kind of comes out, it'd be a really great addition. Getting close to the end of 2023, under a month to go. What has it been for Arcade1up? It's been about rehashes and deluxe cabinets. What if they rehash the Defender Partycade with that game lineup? Look at the controls for a second. They're identical to the actual Defender Arcade. You know, I'm bummed out I missed out on this one. I can see Arcade1up bringing this back, and I'm shocked they haven't yet this year. This time of year, you'd see on QVC, HSN, they'd be pushing these partycades. We saw that like 2 years ago. And I didn't jump on it. I thought they were kind of silly, but they're so close to the actual thing, guys. I mean, you're getting that 17-inch monitor. In my opinion, this is the best game lineup out of any partycades. I really regret not jumping on the Defender Partycade for not only myself, but a great gift idea. You absolutely cannot go wrong with this. They nailed this one. And getting rehashes, especially this is what we want. Getting the Deluxe, the XL, a rehash, for people who already have those titles aren't going to be as excited. I got excited for the Deluxe because it's another form factor, just like the MVSX having this one. If we did see another MVSX cabinet, it'd be a different form factor, right? Along with different games. And that's what we want. I mean, it's exciting to get new cabinets in our arcade, to recreate this, to recreate a free play arcade. I mean, an arcade from the 80s, the 90s that you remember. There's nothing wrong with having a ton of different arcades. I mean, look at Pac-Man. And just looking at this is exactly how the Deluxe, how the XL is. And that's what we want. Same goes for NBA Jam Tournament Edition, the Deluxe cabinet. The only thing different, you won't get the midway on the marquee, the midway on the side, and underneath the control deck, it's going to be the jam session, not East, NBA, or West. But they've nailed the artwork. You're almost fooling yourself, or people come over going, wow, you have a real NBA Jam cabinet. You have a real Pac-Man cabinet. So as long as they rehash and they're bringing us something exactly as close to the real thing as they can, I don't have a problem with that. And I think the same goes for the MVSX. We saw this. And if they gave us the next render, how great would that be in your arcade room? Especially a Defender Partycade, a rehash we all want. And of course, the second rehash, it's Ninja Turtles. It's the two-player countercade. This is, you know, I always say the Marvel superheroes, the NBA Jam, those are the best countercades. I mean, let's face it. There's a reason these are sold out. These didn't get down to $100 either. Maybe the lowest they got was $149.99. This is by far the best countercade Arcade1up has ever done. Why haven't we seen more? And I have an answer for that. They give us the one player. I think they're just kind of seeing how this does. They take away a light up marquee. I think if it's $100, people buy it, because we've seen that with the countercades at Kohl's. Class 81 Pac-Man. I mean, if you drop it low enough, yeah, we're gonna buy this. But you give us the two-player Ninja Turtles countercade with that OG artwork, the light up marquee. I'm on it. I'm buying it day one. Even at the original asking price at $229, I'm picking this up. I completely missed out on this. I wish they had the side art. I always point this out when we come to the arcade. Do the Simpsons right here. This right here, I mean, I remember this at Pizza Hut when I was a kid, at the bowling alley, playing this. And the fact that Turtles in Time is on here, I mean, one of the best beat-em-ups of all time. You bring us back the two-player Ninja Turtles and the Defender Partycade. Those are two rehashes that I don't think anyone's going to complain about. And just going back to Marvel Superheroes for a second, because I didn't have a countercade to go off of at Target today. If you start seeing these show up for $149.99, and they do have that $10. Like, you see it online, you see your local Target carrying them. Don't pass this up, because once they're gone, we may see a rehash on it. If you look on the packaging, it does say 2022, and that kind of gave it away for me, and that's why I kind of thought about Ninja Turtles 2-player coming out and the Defender Party Cade. They might have made these again, and they said that they wouldn't do Punisher anymore, but that could have changed. There might actually be production for Marvel Superheroes and NBA Jam. And the fact that we saw 2022 on the packaging, and the fact that in my review for the NBA Jam Countercade, along with other customers, I've heard this, a lot of people who bought theirs, the screws left, if you take them out, peel off the deck protector, there's a little discoloring in all four corners. When I bought this the first time, because remember, I bought 2 NBA Jam Countercades, but a year apart, it didn't have that. So the ones that we're getting now have a spot. Are they making more NBA Jam Countercades and Marvel Superhero Countercades? What's next? 2-player Ninja Turtle Countercade. I mean, I'm telling you, we're gonna see this again because they know it's gonna sell. And if they do this, then there's absolutely no reason they wouldn't give us the Defender Party Cade again. Those would sell big time. They're seeing how the countercades at $100 at $149.99 are doing, and these are licensed they already have. I'm convinced that, you know, the fact that we didn't see it nearing the end of 2023, those are 2 rehashes that are definitely going to happen. Having Rampage on there, having Sinistar on there. There's only like 2 ways to get Sinistar. It's the Defender Party Cade, and it's the Mortal Kombat 2 head-to-head cocktail cabinet. About all the great games we got from Williams, we got from Midway. Those are 2 gems that I don't think got the right recognition. We know now that the Party Cade was definitely the way to go, but I didn't see it at, you know, when it first came out, when it was available everywhere. I just expected this to come out by now. And how great would it be to play Sinistar on there? And just a quick speculation, let's just pretend the next Capcom cabinet we get will have another beat 'em up, Magic Sword. We haven't seen this on a Capcom yet. Playing this online, like, I'm kind of going back and forth here, but just, you know, if they're gonna rehash Street Fighter 2's Capcom titles, Midway titles, maybe we'll see more of these kind of beat 'em ups from Capcom. And maybe other variants of Sinistar, of Gorf, on other cabinets, including getting rehash party cades. View of the Arcade, early Sunday afternoon. There's a birthday party going on. Not a lot of people here, but as the day gets later, it does fill up. So when I come here, I always like to come close to opening, just to stay out of people's way, but everyone having a great time here. And it's always fun to come to just kind of speculate when we do get new cabinets. Could we get something like Hubert? Could we get some of these other titles? Like, here's a perfect example of that party cade. It's a Robotron. You take Star Wars for a second. If you purchased a 2023 release, the artwork's pretty similar. Could they do an XL next year? Could they give us a different bezel? Could they make a waterfall deck? We got the light up coin doors this time. Could they improve it a little bit, giving us a reason to upgrade from ones we just purchased into getting their XL? We will see more Ninja Turtles. A rehash of the Defender Party Cade. And hopefully a lot more to come from Unico with their MVSX. Because you know those claw machines are coming, right? So if they did give us another MVSX, could you imagine if it did look like the one in there? That'd be really great. Having two styles in your arcade, plus rehashes that can actually get us excited. And Kohl's is back with their $15 Kohl's Cash for every 50 spent. It does end today, but you know we'll be back. Santa comes in 23 days. This isn't going to be the last weekend, 3-day weekend we see for that $15 Kohl's Cash for every 50 spent. So keep your eye on Kohl's, keep your eye on Target. I'm telling you, they got the best deals this year. You just wonder that if this NBA Jam has that discoloration, if we can get close enough. I was kind of curious. I didn't really examine the boxes at home. But I want to say this was okay, so this does say 2021. You just wonder if they're making more. Like, how many of us have bought these countercades? How many did they actually have? $100 really got these moving, but I do think that at the end of the day, we'll see more NBA Jam and Mortal Kombat 2 countercades remaining, because there's so many of us that have different variations of those. Not all of us have Turtles, especially that OG artwork, and not all of us have Marvel superheroes. Get that Punisher. This looks pretty good though. I don't see the discoloration. Just walked past these team throw blankets. My buddy Jeff from Ohio sent me a link for these, actually $25.99 on Amazon. Check this out, like nostalgic throw blanket. So if you're looking for a throw, run onto Amazon. Here's the seller. I'll have a link in the description. Isn't a bad game on there. And after all those $99 deals we got for the countercades, we still see one of those Atari My Arcade 200 plus, and only two Pac-Man Galaga head-to-heads remaining. Now these are both back up to $199.99. So I know there's been some other Kohl's that I've been to lately that still have all three, the Pac-Man, Class 81, and the head-to-heads. Maybe we'll get another sale. They're giving the 15 back at 200's a little steep, especially. Actually, this wasn't 100, was it? This was $149.99 when they were doing the sale. You take that $149.99 for the head-to-head, you apply the Kohl's Cash, you get the 45, you're getting it for the 100. Maybe we'll see that again, but these are selling out. And going back to rehashing, check this out at Costco. Pac-Man, the 18.5 inch, I always call it 18, and the NBA Jam, that's all that's remaining online. They sold out of the 32s. They did have that discount, getting 50 off of that price. It's crazy. Like, I think it was actually 100 on the 32s. Kind of surprised to see the NBA Jam Partycade still sitting there at $149.99, but it's like what we said. A lot of people have NBA Jam, and I think we're going to see some leftovers, especially in those countercades. You gotta wonder what Arcade1ups will get next year at Costco. Looks like they sold Class 81. The last time we were here talking MVSX, probably finished the video out with MVSX, but I want to talk at games. We haven't said anything about them. Star Trek, latest new skin announced. Now there is another one coming. Your guess is as good as mine. Still committed to Addams Family, but you can get any one of these and still buy the Addams Family pinball for $15. I do want to acknowledge a great sale going on with At Games right now, and that's their Pinball Micro for $329. So the last sale they had was $299 plus the $50 shipping. This is $329. All said and done, look at that, free shipping. Best value on At Games right now is getting that Micro pinball. But we'll see about the 4K. Gonna wait till December 30th. We'll see what that new skin is. But this is why I'm glad I didn't pull the trigger yet. I gotta admit, Star Trek is tempting. But if you're not in on the 4K and you want a great deal, you cannot go wrong with this. But just around the corner, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sound like LeBron James here. Look at all these Class of 81 You gotta wonder if they'll go back to the $399 price. There is so many deluxe out there, and that $399 is the sweet spot. They do have another Mortal Kombat 2. Did mention a couple of days ago, I don't even see it hanging out here anymore, the Casino Cade was sold, and what's interesting is I'm not seeing that come up again. You wonder if Best Buy said no more Casino Cades? You can really, it's the Ollie's special. I mean, I had to say it. Plenty of Class 81, and of course Pac-Man. That rehash, right? The MVSX, that whole Unico has not lost the S&K license yet. Kind of wanted to make a special point about that because we just did a video of the possibility of Arcade1up giving us that. Well, maybe we'll get another one from Unico, not Arcade1up. So I think we'd be all in on another MVSX, wouldn't we? We were all in on Pac-Man. Heck, I even bought a Pac-Man this year. And look at all the Pac-Man at Best Buy. How did they leave this screen up here? I was thinking that earlier, like last time we were here, Galaga 88, it just kind of like hangs out here. It's a good look. A lot of Pac-Man. Will we see another MVSX? Alarm hasn't sounded for a long time since we've been here. It's kind of a blast from the past if that happens again. I want to thank everybody for watching. Really appreciate it, guys. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we get with the rest of the sales, maybe the next week or two. But I'm really looking forward to some new releases next year too, especially if it's MVSX. We'll see y'all later from Gotham. The doom and gloom kind of faded out. See you guys later. I mean, it's just a perfect day for the shirt, wasn't it?